That's the one.
Chair ready.
Good morning again. Now we have officially started our Board of Adjustment meeting and time is 10:10 a.m. First, we're gonna have a swearing in of our new board member, so just be patient with us. Mr. George, you just stand.
Can you stand right here? Can you raise your right hand for me, and I'm going to swear you in. Can you state your name for the record?
My name is, y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
All right, I'm George Ferguson, Pastor George Ferguson Sr.
I'm going to say these words and repeat after me as I say them, okay?
Yes.
I do solemnly swear or affirm. Repeat after me. I do
solemnly-
solemnly swear or
I do
affirm
solemnly swear, affirm,
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and
the
defend
Constitution
Constitution
and government
and government
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida.
that I am duly qualified
I am duly qualified
to hold office
to hold the office
under the Constitution
under the Constitution
of the state,
of the state,
and I will
and I will
well and faithfully
well and faithfully
perform the duties
perform the duties
of the Board of Adjustment member
of the Board of Adjustment member
on which I am about to enter.
on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, sir. You are duly sworn, so you may be seated. And now, Madam Chair, you can proceed to item 1 on the agenda, which is roll call.
Roll call. Did you say it? I didn't hear you.
Roll call.
Chair Ferguson, Chair Frederick,
Here.
Board Member Ferguson,
Here.
Board Member Griffin,
Here.
Board Member Lewis,
Here.
and Board Member Morgan. Here.
Okay, now we will have our public hearing. Public hearing.
Case number BA 2023-02, Integrity First Construction, 1812 Aragon Avenue, Lake Worth, Florida, 33461. The applicant requests the Board of Adjustment grant a variance of 10 feet from the required 15-foot side yard setback on the west side of the property for Phase 1, a variance of 10 feet from the required 15-foot side yard setback on the east side of the property, southeast Phase 2, a variance of 10 feet from the required 15-foot side yard setback on the east and south side of the parking lot.
And Madam Chair, if I could swear them in, this is a quasi-judicial proceeding, so can I swear you both in?
Yes.
Can you state your names for the record?
Giuseppe Shanti?
Thank you. Your name, sir?
Jonathan Harris.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hands for me? Do you both swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. And I'll turn back to the Board of Adjustment and ask for any ex parte disclosures on this item.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Okay, so basically, just a few things first before we explain if you have any questions. Mr. Nash has run this facility there since 2019 as a secured recovery treatment facility. We are not changing that designation, so it's going to stay the same as far as a secured recovery facility. What we're asking for is the variances that we just stated, and the reason for them is because without them, it will put a hardship on the way that we could conduct business and the flow of traffic, if any, that will cause. So in order for us to build the phase one and phase two, we really would need those variances in order to beautify that area and make it functional for us to proceed. That's basically in a nutshell what it is.
So the diagram that you have in red is where you want the variance? No,
So
the shrubbery.
The red
Uh-huh,
outlines
uh-huh.
are what we're adding to the site.
Right.
So the phase one is the smaller building here
Mm-hmm.
and the parking lot across. Phase two is the larger building, which will be done afterwards. The green is where the variances
We'll go.
would apply.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do I have any, comments from the board? Any questions or comments from board members?
I have a question. With this diagram that you're showing for phases 1 and 2,
Yes.
which is the current building on this site? Is
So-
that the one that's not highlighted?
Yeah, so this here will show you, so these are the two parcels.
Okay.
So there is a current smaller building here,
Oh, okay.
and there's several smaller buildings on the site, which are older.
Okay.
Which is why we want to modernize and make them new. So that's the two parcels. It is at a dead-end street on 47th. You know, this is 48th. And again, the property's already pretty much walled off and fenced. So we don't see it as causing any hindrance to anyone else.
So you're constructing a new building, or you're adding onto an existing building in
No,
order to get
once we're done, it will be all new. Nothing old. will
just
be-
more larger space area that you're...
Correct, correct. Up to date, you know, fire alarm, fire sprinkler, so, you know, we see it as a benefit to the town and to us, obviously, for our business.
And the community you serve.
Of course, yeah.
I have a question. Each one of those buildings that's on there, you're saying that each one will be tore down and you're gonna remodify or reconstruct one of those, or you're just gonna build your own, so.
Yeah,
And I
so-
see it across the road, across here is gonna be your parking lot.
Correct.
To run in the front, okay.
Correct.
Cause I went by and saw it and I'm just trying to visualize what you're trying to
Okay.
get there. That's gonna be a large building, give me a
Yeah, so the phase one, hold it.
2-story, 1-story.
Yeah, so the phase one is gonna replace this smaller building.
Gotcha.
In the corner. So this will be removed, and then a new building will be constructed here.
Okay.
That's phase one. Along at the same time, we'll be doing the parking lot to help with, you know, while we're doing construction, we'll have a parking lot constructed to help with some of the parking. Phase two would then remove this, it's almost like a little house there.
Exactly.
So that'll be removed, updated, you know, it's currently on septic, so it'll kind of update the whole system. And phase two building will then go in here.
Okay.
If
So,
everything goes well, you're talking maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
all right, phase 1 building gonna be larger, phase 2 building gonna be larger, I'm quite sure, than phase 1.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And then.
And what about phase 3? That's what you're gonna consider that,
No,
to the-
phase one is these two,
right?
and then phase two is this.
And what is that area up, here, what's that
So
called?
these
Phase,
are the existing
right,
other buildings as well that are
Yeah.
there, and those will be demolished at the end.
on what's gonna be there afterward, parking,
Yeah, no,
Just open space.
green,
Gotcha.
you know,
that will make it look better there too as
Yeah.
well, okay.
yeah, it'll be just
Gotcha.
open area to volleyball, some things like that.
Gotcha.
Recreation.
You said it's a treatment facility?
Yeah,
How many people do you serve? But,
at the moment,
Can I get sworn in?
You can, sir. Can you state your name for the record?
John Nash Bighill.
Thank you. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Hi. So this is rather exciting for me because it's my baby here.
Okay, so,
Anxious.
I was like waving my hand.
Yeah, I saw
so
you.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question before you say, you said it's your baby. What are you saying? This is your project or this is your company?
I began renting this space in 2019.
Gotcha.
And I purchased it at the end of 2021.
Okay.
Lots. And we're a great tenant. They were a great owner there for 10 years, 20 years. And I love the space because it offers so much outdoor space that you don't really see in the substance abuse treatment industry. A lot of these places are just like it's a brick building. There's
Correct,
nothing inside.
correct.
It's really beautiful. And the fact that we can be here and have that space and be so secure and contained, not having any effect on the neighbors and everything, because I know it can kind of get a little sticky with neighbors
Right.
and stuff. And it's been great. So the fact that's why I bought it, and this is my like whole life, right? So this is what I'm pouring into this. This little triangle here, if you drove by, you saw.
Yes.
It's an awkward little piece of land that you can't really. It's too small for a building because you need parking, and if you need parking, you can't build a building, so it's a little strange. What we intend to do here is take this whole corner, we're gonna landscape it all the way around, it's gonna be palms, it's gonna be beautiful, and it'll be a parking lot, but it'll look a lot nicer. And then we'll have a little crosswalk area. We've already got Unity a title, right, on both of these. And then what's important to understand is that we're not adding so much as we're replacing. Right, so there's a structure here that we're gonna tear down and build a new state-of-the-art building here. Currently, we have 21 beds. The end of phase 2, I think will be 40 or 50 beds. That's a capacity thing. I'm not comfortable, I'm comfortable, but I'm not of the mind to just cram as many people in there as possible. I want everybody to be comfortable, which is part of the reason why we need the variance, because I guess technically we could put a building here, but it would pose a large security risk because I'd have a 15-foot stretch of land going the whole side of the property that would be behind a new building. And that's a security, it's a 15-foot area running the whole length of the property that's not easily viewable. I would have to have, I do have cameras back there, but I have to have somebody surveilling. It's not really feasible to have that space back there because people, what's going on back there. So a 5-foot buffer is perfect, and we'll be replacing that, and then replacing this, and then tearing these down, so that, if I was motivated to like cram everybody in there, I'd probably try to leave these buildings up, but I'm not. I want the space, I want the new buildings, and I want like a nice, it'll be beautifully landscaped all the way around. But that's a long way to answer your question. 21 people.
I understand, okay, thank you.
So I want to ask one more question. You said the variance. I want to know, is that variance going on other people's property, or is that variance just within your guideline?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's within, everything is either a concrete wall or a chain link fence, so it's very well contained. Any changes we're proposing are inside those walls.
Gotcha.
And actually, our neighbor over here was just granted the same variance, which kind of gave us the idea.
Right.
It's a good, and it's the orientation of the land and the driveway through, it just makes it very tight on that west side if we don't get the variance.
Can we legally answer the variance runs with the application or the land?
It runs with the land, but to Mr. Ferguson's question, the variance only affects the site that he owns. It doesn't go
Gotcha.
over the property boundary. And just to the comment that Mr. Nash just made, as he said, his neighbor just got a variance. That doesn't mean you all have to grant this variance, as each variance application stands on its own, which is what I tell you at each meeting. But to Sherry's point, yes, the variance, if you grant it, runs with the land, so it'll persist in perpetuity.
All right.
And just for the board, just for our newest board member, this is just sort of the beginning of the process. This still has to go through site plan, preliminary and final site plan, so this is just for the variances before you today. This will go on, depending on how you proceed today, through the rest of the town's process.
Did they ask questions about the site plan in general?
They can, keeping in mind that they're not granting a site plan, they don't have the authority to grant a site plan, but yes, they can certainly ask questions.
Well, that's the site plan. We'll be back next month, I guess.
All right.
Not so fast.
Well, conceivably, yeah.
So you purchased this property in 2019?
No, I began leasing it in 2019.
Okay.
I purchased it at the end of 2020.
21. Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, I mean, I instantly fell in love with it and, decided that this was gonna be like the future for me and my family, really.
Mhm. That's great.
I actually lost my wedding ring at the beach yesterday. So,
Oh, no.
Yes.
I hope I still have a family.
Do I hear a motion to,
Madam Chair, if you could call for public comment
public
before
comments?
motioning,
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you.
sorry, comments of the public. Anyone, would like to comment out there?
We are streaming live and there are no viewers online.
No,
So
no
they're not-
comments.
So with that, you can close public comment.
And I believe, Madam Attorney, public comment would be restricted to either for or against.
It's not limited, it's so, they have 3 minutes, they can say whatever they'd like. If she can come to the podium and give her name and address.
Pastor Rosalind Ferguson. I'm Pastor Apostle George Ferguson's wife, 4769 North Australian Avenue. Congratulations, honey.
Thank you.
But it was just so funny not to comment on the property, just to let this young man know you'll still have a family after you losing your wedding. I'm still in after 25 years. He lost his, but thank you. Yeah.
Right up under the bus.
Lost it, right, that's the look you saw. So that was just so
All
funny,
right.
just to let you relax. So it's okay. After 25 years, he still has a family. So don't worry, you're gonna have a family. But I'm glad you saw something in 2019. That's what I said. I was telling my daughter-in-law before she left out that you saw something. So to purchase a property that fast, you saw what you saw, and that is great. And it was for you and your family. I think that's good. And then you got your buddies.
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay. But I want to let you all know, be comfortable, relax with this man right here. He's not gonna let anything happen watching numbers. He watch properties and he watch numbers. So trust me, you got somebody good in your hands, okay?
Thank you.
So
Okay.
take care of my baby.
Alright.
Take care of my
We
baby,
will.
okay? All right.
All right, thank you.
I do notice, though, that you did get another ring.
Yes. 2 or 3.
You did get another ring.
2 or 3. So it wouldn't get lost again. But anyhow.
All right, do I hear a motion to, accept or not accept, the applicant's request?
I, George Ferguson, motion and that, this property be granted for the variance they asking for.
So just for the record, the motion from Mr. Ferguson is to approve application BA 2023-02, is that correct?
Yes.
And was there a second?
Yes, Ms. Griffin.
Madam Chair, if you could ask the clerk to do roll call on this one, please.
Okay, I'll roll call.
Board Member Morgan,
Yes.
Board Member Lewis,
Yes.
Board Member Griffin,
Yes.
Board Member Ferguson,
Yes.
and Chair Frederick.
Yes.
It's approved unanimously. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay. The, Board of Adjustment, meeting this morning,
Motion.
motion to adjourn. All right, we got a motion, and we got a second.
All in favor? Ask for all in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, God.
We're adjourned.
By the time you-
End it now.
Where's she?